could talk about it. We could definitely talk about it and make it happen, and we can go from there. So, um, yeah, Emily, I know you're gonna be very busy. I know you're gonna be busy soon, but do you have any words of wisdom that you would like to share to all of us?
Um, well, I encourage everybody to go on Johnson's show, as well as um, any of the shows I'm helping out with for podcast. Um, they're like all on different topics, uh, on different days. Um, Topics ranging from women and children to pets to mental health awareness, um, disability advocacy. Um, so please reach out to me if you are interested. And thank you everybody for uh, coming today. This is awesome. And we are here every Thursday at the same time, 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern p.m. So I encourage everybody to uh, join us every Thursday when your schedule allows. If you haven't joined the Happy Neighborhood Project Club yet, you can join in the greenhouse symbol that's up at the top. I have the the Happy Neighborhood Project website. I supposed to have that too. If you're inclined to go to the website and check out all of the about 50 networking meetings that we have around the globe. And also encourage everybody to ping or invite others into this uh, room to join the conversation, as well as sharing it over Clubhouse and your other social media platforms. And we have the group chat for those of you who are inclined to use that. Garrett, would you? Well, I'm also a virtual assistant and help out with the podcast, as I was saying a minute ago. But Garrett, would you like to sort of introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Kurt Roskoff. I'm an ambassador with the Disability Channel, showcasing abilities, television by and with people with disabilities and veterans. It's founded and headquartered out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I'm in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we are looking to expand our channel all around the world. So we're looking to have studios around on an international basis, and we are very involved in the music industry, the world of sports. We're going to be at the Super Bowl. We got a crew at the Super Bowl already, and so we're going to be covering everything through Sundays you would expect. And so a lot of exciting things going on. We're partnering up with nonprofit TV and Wingate TV and such like that. So if you know anybody that has broadcasting partnership capabilities, we'd like to join up with them. I'm Kurt Roscoe with the Disability Channel. Back to you.
Awesome, Kurt. And do you want to talk a little bit more about what you're doing with your podcasting as well, especially on Saturdays, if you want to talk about that?
Yeah, basically, what happened with me is I helped the state of Wisconsin expand water skiing for people with disabilities, more than sextupling the access to water skiing in Wisconsin for people with disabilities. And it led me to become the vice chair of the Wisconsin Council on Physical Disabilities. Through that, I was encouraged to start a radio show, which I started 6 years ago, Ability MKE now, Disability Advocacy Radio. And so another show that was emerging at the same time is what's called Transform You Live Show by Marcus Hart, our podcasting mogul out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And he and I partnered up to create the World of Ability podcast network. And it all was inspired through our plans to also do the anchor show of the network, the World of Ability podcast show, disability advocacy podcasting. And when we launched that, we got it going the Sunday, July 26, 2020. And we announced it to be a new show for every Saturday at 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock Eastern. And so it's an hour podcast. We welcome people from all around the world to come on in and hop in the conversation. The conversation I like to have is, how does what you do work for someone with a disability? So we want to make sure we have people around the world with whatever they do, considering people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, the deaf community, blind community, people with physical disabilities. I like to continue the social mission and social work to think of everybody that is living with chronic pain, everybody with a mental health diagnosis, and those that have a goal of substance use reduction. And here in the US, it's very interesting to take a look at the demographics that are protected, like, say, Americans who are sensitive to chemicals, perfumes. Our independent living centers and federally funded programs with their events have to make a concerted effort that those who are sensitive to chemicals and perfumes, that they don't have to deal with that at federally funded events. And then you've got people who are sensitive to EMF waves, all of that electromagnetic field stuff we have out there with all of our 5G networks and all of our smart homes and all of these Bluetooth gadgets and just cell phones in general, everything that we're doing with our gadgets and wireless stuff. There are people who are not tolerating that, and they have to be able to go to events that are with organizations that are federally funded. So a lot of stuff that I've learned in the last dozen years, and we get the conversation started just by having you come in and share who you are, what you do, your products and services. It sounds a lot like what we're doing right here in Clubhouse. So join us any Saturday if you'd like, and if not you, send those that you think might be interested. The more, the merrier. Back to you, Jonathan. Thanks.
Amazing, Kurt. Thank you for that share, and thank you for all that you do as well. Before jumping to the next speaker, that I would love to for that person to introduce themselves. Does anybody have any questions for Kurt or anything to follow up from what Kurt shared? Awesome. So now I want to go to the next speaker. Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. How you doing, sir?
Hello, everyone. This is Jim from Cleveland, Ohio. Hope everyone's doing well. I have a disability. I've had a learning disability my whole life. Been able to overcome it, be able to maneuver in and out of things. And currently, what I do is I work for a candle company, Root Candles, which is in Medina, Ohio. It's been around for just 154 years. We're a family-owned, fifth-generation company. We make candles for churches and candles for retailers. And I lead the sales department there in prospecting and getting more customers for both sides of the business. Do most of my business right over the phone. I'm very good talking over the phone and making relationships with our current customers, and also gaining new customers. Before that, I worked for Nabisco Craft Mondelez, where I started out as a part-time merchandiser and then went through different several levels: sales representative, account rep, account manager, customer category manager, district manager. I spent 23 years. Really thought I would retire with them, but ran into some difficulties there in 2016. So I made the move to a small private company, which is, like I said, Root Candles. Check them out, rootcandles.com. Once you burn a root candle, you'll never burn another candle. Trust and believe me. And I moved over from the corporate America job, big corporate America, to a small privately owned company. Mondelez was 30, 3.6 billion, I think it was. It was that big. Now I work for a family-owned fifth generation company, which is 140 people. So still at my office. I work typically always out of that office. Um, Travel a little bit. I'll go up to Wisconsin. I'll go, well, actually, when I started with the company, I probably visited every single state in the United States. But then they kind of, well, COVID, and then they really locked down on travel. So, like I said, I do most of my business right over the phone, email and text, and LinkedIn. And then I do get up to go to like Wisconsin once a year. I go to Minnesota once a year. Went to Colorado last year. So enjoy what I do. I have a demanding CEO, but I respect him, and he makes me better. We have our change in opinions and so forth, but I have it good there. He's taking care of me, and yeah, I'm in my 6th year there, and right now I didn't even get into my other job. I earned my real estate license. It took me several times. There's that learning disability again. It took me like, well, I don't even want to say, 5 times to pass that test. But I started in March 2020. I landed that real estate license in February 22nd, 2022. So I'm coming up on my year. It's been something that I just wanted to do. I've always had my license, as I go through my life. So it would be a good thing to have. I wanted to sharpen my brain and learn something else, do something else, make some additional income. And I like to serve people. I help people. And I'm a relationship maker. And I've that's where I'm driving right now. I'm going into to go to a second showing at an older home in a town called Wellington, Ohio, and I'm really excited because I'm going to be able to help um, a single mother with 3 kids, and she went through the home a few days ago. She liked it. We're just a little concerned about the basement walls, but we're going to figure that out. And then she's got her dad and stepmom coming to take a look at the property as well. So I have my contract just in case if we need to fill that out and submit an offer in on this property. Yet another thing that I enjoy serving. I enjoy helping. And as Zig Ziglar always said, if you help enough people, you'll get anything you want in the world. Maybe it wasn't exactly that, but it was basically help, 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 and you can get a lot back in return. So that's me, um, Jim Tursky, Cleveland, Ohio. Jimmy T, James, call me anything you want. Hook up with me on Instagram, trying to grow my page on Instagram, TikTok, um, Twitter, um, also YouTube.
As you were talking, Jimmy, I don't know what happened. You suddenly like we couldn't hear you. So I don't know if that was me or if that was you. I don't know. Still can't hear you. Jimmy, try to get out of so leave the room, close the app, go back in, and then you should be fine. That's typically what how a lot of people fix that little issue there. There we go. Awesome. So, as I was saying earlier, until Jimmy comes back, if you want to put your socials in the chat, please do so. That way we can follow each other. I know that we could always go to your profile to go to your Instagram, but any particular social medias that you want us to follow you on, we can totally do that. So please, and Jimmy, I don't know if you're listening, but if you want to kindly put your TikTok in the bio, so that way we could follow you there and support you. Same thing with YouTube. And yeah, let's all definitely support each other for sure. So yeah, so as we're waiting to bring you back up to the stage, yeah, does anybody else on stage would anybody else on stage like to share anything in addition to what other people have already said? And I want to ask for your forgiveness. My voice sounds like complete death right now, so I know I sound terrible right now, but so thank you for bearing with me. So with that said, again, I want to thank Emily and Kurt for being here as well. They're amazing people. I met them through the Happy Neighborhood Project, and just to give you guys a little context about the Happy Neighborhood Project, when I do a lot of networking here in the Boston area, a lot. Like I used to go to maybe 3 to 4 networking events a week before the pandemic. And then once the quarantine started happening, what I of course it's like I used to go to 3 to 4 networking rooms, 3 to 4 networking meetings every week. Went down to 0, and I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to network? How am I going to find clients? How am I going to find partners, business partners? I went on Eventbrite and I would search for for Zoom networking rooms, and I would always come across this little group called the Happy Neighborhood Project. And at that time, they were only doing only 1 room a week. And then all of a sudden, they can all of a sudden, to make a long story short, it expanded, right? And then not only all over the country but all over the world. And they ended up getting to the point where they had like, if I'm not mistaken, over 70 rooms a week, which is crazy. Over 70 Zoom meetings a week. And that's how I got to meet so many people, so many amazing people, such as Emily and Kurt. And it's funny because even through a couple of members of the Happy Neighborhood Project, I found Clubhouse. And then through another person, through uh, another person, again from the Happy Neighborhood Project, is how I found the Sustainability Leadership Club as well. So that because of that person, I found the Sustainability Leadership Club. That person pinged me into the room, and then through there, I was able to meet some amazing people like Lady Jules, Akila, and Shantice. So, Lady Jules is basically a sister from another mister. There's no doubt about that. So I'm very blessed to have been able to meet so many cool people on this app. But it all started from the Happy Neighborhood Project, when I would go on these Zooms every single week to network. So with that said, let me bring you back up to the stage, Jimmy. Hopefully that will work. I don't even know why you're in the audience. You should have been still on the stage. Um, da, 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 da. Yeah, I'm trying to invite you back up to the stage. Awesome. There we go. Jimmy, if you want to try now, if you want to finish what you were saying earlier, the mic is yours, sir.
Thank you. How much of my introduction did y'all get?
There was it was a pretty good while that we were able to hear. It was
Good.
just, yeah, for the last minute or two we didn't hear that part. You were
Yeah,
talking
I
about
think I would.
following you on TikTok and all these other
Yeah. I was asking my request. Oh, I made it to my property, as you probably all heard in the background. Hey, yeah, my request would be if I could, if anything I resonated with all of you, any of you, you know, connect with me on Clubhouse, LinkedIn, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. I do pretty much them all, and I'm looking to network. I'm looking to mastermind in terms of like real estate because I'm learning it. I'm just a year into it. I have 30 years of sales experience, so I know how to cultivate a relationship and build new customers and things like that. But real estate, just the ins and outs, learning it more and more because it's something that you just don't kind of pick up and learn. You have to know the laws and follow the laws and understand it. Right now, I'm doing continuing education, which is due February 22nd, so I have to get that completed. And then, yeah, that's what I'd like to do is, you know, uh, get in a mastermind group, realtors, business people, etc. So that's basically my close as I'm looking to try to make a turn here.
Absolutely, Jimmy. By all means, if you ever want to do something together on that, like doing some sort of a mastermind type room here on Clubhouse, let's definitely chat for sure. But I know you're driving, and please don't feel compelled to come off mute to answer this. But I do want to ask you a question, if that's okay. Um, because you mentioned that you know how to cultivate relationships, and I think cultivating relationships is obviously a very key part of networking. I mean, what the heck are you going to do with all these business cards that you're exchanging every time you go to a meeting, to go to a networking room? Or better yet, on Clubhouse, you meet all these people, you connect with, you follow them on social media, you follow them on LinkedIn, and how on earth do you cultivate all these relationships? Like obviously in this particular room, there's like 5 or 6 people you can easily like build relationships with. So how do you cultivate all these relationships all at once? Is like as you're trying to grow your business.
I think I just enjoy it so much to learn about people, understand what they're all about, and especially if we're kind of in the same line of work, or even if we're not, more than likely, more, uh, real estate sales. Because I just have so much time in the world. I'm a married man, a father, um, so I'm very busy. But you have to just schedule it out on your calendar. And you mentioned business cards. I learned like you can hand somebody a business card, but that's all good and all, but you really need to continue to pick up the phone, call people, connect with people if you're resonating with them, follow up with them, email them, just stay in contact because so many times do go to these big events, we spend money to go to them, and then you hand out a business card and you don't speak to them. But I have a passion for following up. That's one of the best things I do at my job is when I get a task, I'm very tenacious in getting things done. And I don't like to have things sitting around. And if I get an email, I respond as quick as I can if I have the answer. No worse than, you're waiting a day, 2 days, 3 days for somebody to respond. And you know, with gaining new customers, I call. I pick up the phone and call. A lot of people rely on social media or a text or an email. Just pick up the phone, introduce yourself, tell them what the reason for your call is, and just get to know them. Don't talk about all you and your product, but you know listen to them and cultivate and make a relationship. I just love what I do in that aspect, and I don't think it's a very difficult task when you have something that you're good at, that it takes a lot of time to cultivate family, friends, real estate, candles, um, and everything else. But yeah, that's what I have. Hope I answered it right.
Absolutely, Jimmy, for sure. Does anybody else have any thoughts on this? Akila, Lady Jules, Shantice, Kurt, Emily. Does anybody else have any thoughts on how do you cultivate relationships through networking? And I definitely got to say, like, there are people in this room that are incredible networkers. Like amazing, very amazing at building relationships. I could definitely attest to that for sure.
I
But
chime in a little bit if you like.
of course, Lady Jules. Oh my God, absolutely.
So, hey Jimmy, it's been a long time. So, are you the same Jimmy who used to volunteer at the Gratitude Family?
Yes.
Ah, I thought I recognized that voice. Hope you're well. So I love your share, and I was just thinking. I thought I'll just share my way of networking. I like to know a person's horoscope. Oh, sorry about that. I'm cooking. So the horoscopes is usually representing the time of your birth, the day of your birth, the month of your birth, and you know there is nurture and there is nature. So whilst we do our best in what we want to learn and what we want to achieve and all that good stuff in our head and in our education, there is that nature of who we really are that is well represented by our horoscopes and our astrology. There is no way you can lie through that, and there is no way you can escape that as well. So I usually like to ask people about their horoscopes if I really want to get to know someone very well, and it never fails. Just jackpot to the T. So I hope that brings some value. And it's lots of fun getting to know people that way.
So I'm curious, how come you never asked me for my horoscope, Lady Jules? I thought we're friends. Like I thought we're like brother and sister.
You're like a book. It's so easy to read. There's no need for horoscope. Oh, bro, you see, you're so easy to read. Usually I ask for horoscope from people who are very good at hiding. Hiding their feelings, hiding their true selves, hiding what they're thinking, what they're saying, and you know that through their body language. You know that when what they say is not consistent to their actions. There's just so many ways of reading a person, right? So horoscopes for me has just always served me so well. And back in uni time, I used to make pocket money out of reading for people. So those were the days that was before the AI comes in, that they took all that fun away, because AI comes with programming, and so everything is just one click of a computer away now. All you have to do is just key in your date of birth and your time of birth, and hey presto, you got the whole literature of your own astrology to the T. And understanding oneself is the first key to your success. And I yield the mic for now.
Awesome. Jimmy, did you want to add something? I just saw you come off mute earlier.
I wanted to ask Lady Jules what horoscope she thinks I am.
I'm gonna have to need to spend a lot more time than this. I I think I don't know what month are you born in?
I'm
Noted.
Sagittarius. I'm
I was
Sagittarius, December 3rd.
Wow, that's a really powerful day to be born in. Wow, Jimmy, that is a really powerful day to be born in.
Tell me more about that day. Why is it so powerful?
First of all, what time were you born in? Is it during the day, in the middle of the day, or
I'd have to ask my mother.
because
I
that makes
believe
a
it was
huge
morning.
difference. Yeah, because that makes a huge difference. The number 3 is a very powerful number, and a Sagittarius is born to be very passionate. You're a passionate person by nature, but then if the hour you're born in contradicts your true self, so that changes everything. So it really depends on the time of your birth as well. That is your true inner self. And then, the month that we're born in is only gives us an outline of our personality, and that outline is what attracts most people to ourselves, and they're usually attracted by the month that we're born in. And then of course there's the year that you're born in. Like this year, for example, is the year of the rabbit. So if you Google and find out what's your Chinese horoscope, you'll be surprised. You should have four different Chinese horoscopes as well, just like the Western horoscope. So you've got the day of your birth, time of your birth, month of your birth, and the year of your birth. Oh, I can go on for hours, but this room is about networking. That's just my way of networking with people. That's why I like using horoscopes to understand people, because there's so much to talk about. And when you get people engaged and interested in themselves, the favorite people that everyone likes to talk about is, can anybody tell me who? Anybody?
Themselves.
Ourselves. Bingo. Themselves. So getting them to talk about themselves makes them so happy. And that's the best way of networking with people. That's just my jam. I hope that helps.
May I ask?
Absolutely, Shanti. The mic is yours.
Sagittarius have, or everybody has, I you're either, your horoscope a 1, 2, or a 3. And when you fall at the beginning of the month like that, that means you're a Sagittarius 1. So you're like the least aggressive of the rest of the Sagittarius, the least dominant of the other Sagittarius. And Sagittarius tend to not feel like they need people to pursue really their dreams or just any notions that they take their interest in. They usually tend not to feel like they have to have a partnership with this person or that person. Now, on the other end, people who are friends with you do feel the need of having you. They feel better when you're with them. They feel more secure. You're the largest planet of the rest. So that's why you you can create a great impact with your efforts. And again, people feel loved and very secure with your companionship, be it in any kind of relationship that you're in. My best friend birthday before he passed, Emmanuel. He had a very large personality, and he was kind of like all of our rock. He was the person that we knew would beat up anybody if we were in some trouble and needed needed someone to come and have our back. He was the one. And your birthday's on the exact same day as his. And my nieces, and with my nieces, it's something else. She's a very, very old soul. It's like she's been here before, and she carries the same qualities that I just mentioned. So, accurate, even though about 99% sure that it is, and I don't mean to say that in a
So,
non-humble way, but I'm hoping that was right.
wow. How are you doing, people? How are you guys doing? I'm Victor. I'm so happy to meet you. Hi, guys.
Hello, Victor.
Hello, Victor.
The mic is yours, sir. If you want to share who you are, what you do, and you ask for the group, please go for it.
Okay, I'm Victor. I'm calling from Nigeria. You understand? I'm a businessman. So I just get happy to talk to you people and hear from you people on what you are discussing. I'm so happy. Please, can I know your name, guy? Hi.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Was there anything else that you wanted to add at all, or like if you wanted to talk more about what you do, like what kind of
Okay.
business you're in, for example? Like if you want to talk about that, please go for it.
Okay. The business I do is to sell clothes, selling clothes to produce chair. As in chair they are sitting down, the clothes they use to produce it. That is the material I'm selling for Nigeria. You understand? Hi. You
Absolutely.
understand? Absolutely. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you? What business are you doing? Hello, brother. Hello.
Personally, I'm doing
Personally, I'm
great,
doing.
but yeah. This is a networking room, so typically we would have people introduce themselves, and if anybody has any questions about what you do, or if or you know that's basically what would happen. But if you want to talk about more about what you do and in any ways that people can connect with you, that would always be helpful.
Okay. You can ask me any question. You understand? I'm ready to answer any question. You can ask me any question at all. Like I told you before, I'm doing business, clothes. They used to produce chair. That's what I'm selling in Nigeria here.
Absolutely. and
Absolutely. And
and Victor, I want to make a suggestion. Is it okay if I make a suggestion to you, sir?
say what?
Is it okay if I suggest something to you, sir? Is that okay?
It's okay. You can talk.
Definitely fill up your bio on your
Yeah.
on your Clubhouse bio, because typically in a lot of rooms they they're very choosy of who they bring up to the stage. And the more information you have on yourself about if you have a completed bio where you talk about who you are, what your business is, what you're looking for on Clubhouse, stuff like that, it would help you a lot. People would be more willing to reach out to you, especially if they're interested in what you do, if they want to be a client of yours, or if they want to be a partner, or whatever it is. So I would definitely highly recommend that you have a completed bio. I actually have to update my bio. My bio is a mess. But I would I would recommend that you definitely at least have some information about yourself on your bio. I would definitely recommend that.
Okay, let me explain myself to you. You understand me? Let me explain myself to you. Like me, my mother and my dad died when I was 5 years. So I'm struggling by myself, hustling for myself, no staying with nobody, just hustling on streets, suffering. By grace of God, I saw a mercy. You understand? So I pick up from there. Do I've been hustling for myself, gradually money, to start off my own business, doing well by God's grace. As you can see, I don't have much to say, sha, but I don't know if you can send me your anywhere you can send me your address so that we can talk more about it, so that you can know me more. At least I will show you more things you need to see. Even though it's on WhatsApp, you can send me hi or there. I will be happy. You understand? So I would like to meet you more, as in to know you more. We can know each other well. You can see more things I'm doing, how I try to live my own life in Nigeria here. So I will be more happy if you do that to me.
Sounds good to me, Victor.
Sounds good to me, Victor.
So definitely appreciate you being here. And yeah, If what you're talking about resonates with anybody, hopefully anybody could reach out to you if what you're saying resonates with with them, with themselves. But thank you for being here, Victor. I really appreciate you. And by all means, always reach out to me. You can always reach out to me in the back channel, um, and I'll respond to you at due time. So thank
But
you.
can I say I can send you hi right now so that you can text me a message. We can be talking, chatting for here, right?
I'm sorry. Say that again.
I say, can I send you a text message here? Can I send you hi for here so I can receive my message here?
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, no, yeah.
can I,
Please
can
do,
I,
and I'll
okay,
respond whenever
okay,
as soon as
okay,
I have the
okay,
opportunity to.
okay. Let me just say hi to you. So you reply to me. Then do you use your WhatsApp?
No, I don't.
You don't use your WhatsApp. Okay, you use Instagram.
Absolutely.
You use Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will send you how. Can you tell me your name on Instagram?
It's on my bio. My Instagram is on my bio. So if you go to my account, if you go to my bio, my
Okay, okay,
Instagram.
okay.
Yeah,
Let me make it easy for you. Let me make it easy for you. I will send you higher right now. Yeah.
sounds good.
Then if I will send you higher right now, then you text your name to me. As in you send your name that I can type for anywhere. I can reach you to Instagram. You
Okay,
understand
sounds
me?
good.
Very
Okay,
very easy. Then you type your name, send to me. Then I will check it on Instagram. Then I will message you hi on Instagram so you can
perfect,
rotate.
perfect. Victor, thank you so much
Then
for that.
thank you. I love it.
Absolutely,
I
my
will send you
pleasure.
hi right now.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
You're awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you so much, Victor, for that. Perfect. Thank you for that. Thank you. So yeah. So we have a few other people on stage: Shantice, Jimmy. It looks like we'll be closing out the room in just a couple of minutes. If that's I'm gonna be hopping into a different room to cover there. Um, sorry, I don't
Are
want you
you
guys
hearing
to
me?
hear me coughing. Sorry.
I have a text you message already. I will send it to you. Have you seen it?
Um, I'll look at it in a few minutes, Victor.
Okay,
And
no
then I'll
problem, no
respond
problem.
in due time.
Okay, no problem, no problem.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Please don't
Um,
forget. My
okay.
name I still the lawyer to you. Is Victor Steven. I'm so happy to talk to you. I'm serious. I'm so happy. Are you hearing me? Hi.
Okay. Yeah, I seen the message, Victor. I'll respond to it in a little bit. Okay. As soon as I'm
Okay,
done here.
don't worry. Anytime you have chance, if you have chance, just reply me. You
Okay.
know,
Okay.
when you have chance, you reply me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. I
Yeah,
will reply to you soon, Victor. Thank you so much.
yeah, I am. I really love it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Cool. With that said, again, I want to welcome everyone to this room. Happy business networking, building relationships, and yeah. uh, if you have not already done so, click the little link at the top, a Happy Neighborhood Project, and if you wanted to do some some Zoom networking, we have all types of rooms. You really don't have to be part of, you don't have to live in New York or California to go to a room, to one of those rooms. You could sign up and join that, and you just never know who you're gonna meet by getting into those Zooms and doing some really awesome networking there as well. So definitely want to encourage you to do that as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Before we close out the room, Kurt, do you want to say any last parting words, sir, if you're available?
Well, I just want to point out that our community is going to be record breakers, going after the Guinness World Record for the most people at an event for speed networking. That's going to be done through our International Day of Happiness event on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th. It's going to be 9 to 3 Pacific or noon to 6 Eastern on Friday, March 17th. So mark your calendars. Take a look at that event. It is available at hmpabc.com or happyneighborhoodproject.com. You can also Google HMP International Day of Happiness and consider joining us. And even if that does not work in your schedule, it's something that is going to be an exciting milestone for the business community, for all of networking around the global marketplace. 1,068 people were in Belgium back in 2014. So we're going to go after that and get more than 1,068 people on Hopin. That's HOPIN.com, hopin.com. And you can also find International Day of Happiness by the Happy Neighborhood Project on Hopin. So there's that and a lot of other things waiting for you at the Happy Co-op. We are the first community to take on being a co-op with networking. So Victor, thanks for joining us, and you're welcome back next week at the same time we
Okay,
start at 4 Central, 5 Eastern, right here in Clubhouse, the same room every Thursday.
okay, okay. That is good. That is good. That's good. That is good. Oh, I will be so happy if you people tell me what is happening around that side, as in your area, your side. I'll be much happy. Like Nigeria here is very boring, as in, and very scattering, very hard to understand. I hate Nigeria, like serious. I hate Nigeria. I wish my God created me in your own side. I would be really happy instead of me to being in Nigeria. Do you know why I say that? Hi,
Yes,
hello.
I'm
Are
ready
you hearing me?
to close this room. Any last thing that we can do for you, Victor?
Okay, oh, don't worry. You say it's next week, right? You are
Yeah,
going to
every
talk.
week we're here at the same time.
Okay. You can be here tomorrow, right? Hello? Are you hearing me?
Am I what?
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Hmm? Can I move on? Can
What
I
is your
ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
what is your question?
Okay. What is time in your own side now? What is time in your own side? Time.
Um, basically 5:28 p.m.
Five. That means in morning or afternoon.
Yeah, p.m. So that's in the evening. 5:28
Okay.
p.m. in the evening, nighttime.
Now, right? Okay. 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 That's good. No problem. That's what I want to ask. Right now, you can move on.
Okay, so you're all set, Victor? Are we able to close out?
Yeah, close. No problem. I'm
All right,
okay.
sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.